Ancient Egyptian medicine is a fascinating and complex topic, filled with a mixture of practical knowledge and spiritual beliefs. While much of it has been recorded, there are still many untold or less discussed aspects of this ancient system that offer a deeper understanding of how the Egyptians approached health, illness, and healing. Here's a closer look at some of the untold or lesser-known aspects of ancient Egyptian medicine. 1. The role of magic and spirituality. Medicine in ancient Egypt wasn't purely based on physical science. Healing was often intertwined with religion and magic. Physicians were not just doctors but also priests who invoked divine intervention through spells, incantations, and rituals. In fact, the ancient Egyptians saw illness as a result of imbalances in the body or disruptions in the spiritual realm. Certain diseases were believed to be caused by gods or evil spirits. Healing was therefore not just a physical act but a spiritual one, seeking to restore balance. One of the most famous texts, the Ebers Papyrus, circa 1550 BCE, contains detailed information on treatments for various ailments but also includes many magical spells. In this sense, Egyptian medicine wasn't purely empirical. It combined herbal remedies with prayers and rituals aimed at appeasing the gods. 2. Surgeons and specialized medical roles. Ancient Egypt had specialized medical practitioners, which is a lesser-known aspect of their healthcare system. There were doctors for specific types of medicine, such as dentists, ophthalmologists, and even gynecologists. The role of SWNW, physicians, was highly respected, but they had specialties in different fields, allowing for a broader spectrum of care. Archaeological evidence suggests that Egyptian surgeons had advanced knowledge of anatomy and performed complex surgeries, including trepanation, removal of part of the skull to treat head injuries. Some evidence indicates that surgeries might have been done with antiseptic techniques, as the Egyptians understood the importance of cleanliness. 3. The advanced knowledge of anatomy. The Egyptians possessed a relatively sophisticated understanding of human anatomy. They were keen observers of the body, and their practice of mummification led to an intricate understanding of how organs and bodily systems functioned. Mummification involved the careful removal and preservation of internal organs, which likely gave them more knowledge of anatomy than many other ancient cultures. In addition to their practical knowledge, Egyptians had a more abstract understanding of the heart's significance. They believed the heart was the seat of intelligence and emotion, rather than the brain, which was not highly valued in their medical practices. This can be seen in their mummification process, where the heart was preserved but the brain was discarded, as it was thought to have no essential role in the afterlife. 4. The use of herbal and natural remedies. The ancient Egyptians had an extensive pharmacopoeia of herbal remedies. They used a wide range of plants, minerals, and animal products for medicinal purposes. Opium, mandrake, and juniper were all used for pain relief and sedatives, while garlic and onions were commonly used to treat infections and enhance the immune system. Other notable remedies include honey, used for its antibacterial properties, aloe vera, for burns and skin ailments, and cinnamon, used for digestive issues. Egyptian doctors had detailed knowledge of how to extract, prepare, and apply these natural substances, which was one of their greatest contributions to early medical practices. 5. The importance of hygiene and public health. While it might surprise some, the ancient Egyptians understood the importance of hygiene and sanitation. They practiced regular bathing, and their cities were designed with a focus on cleanliness. Archaeological sites show evidence of drainage systems, toilets, and baths in wealthy homes, indicating a public health consciousness. They also had knowledge of the importance of diet and exercise for maintaining good health. The Egyptians recognized that a balanced diet of fruits, vegetables, and lean meats, along with a healthy amount of physical activity, was essential for long-term health. They also encouraged moderation in consumption of food and drink, which was a preventative measure against many common ailments. 6. A royal physician's role. The position of royal physician was among the highest ranks in ancient Egypt. The royal physicians not only took care of the king and his family but also played a vital role in state affairs. They had access to the king's private chambers, which placed them in positions of power and influence. The Egyptian king's health was crucial for the prosperity of the state, as the king's well-being was thought to be directly tied to the well-being of the land itself. The chief physician in the royal court had a highly influential role in society, often advising the pharaoh on matters of governance and diplomacy. The royal physician was responsible for ensuring that the king remained in good health and often oversaw the health of the entire court. 7. The legacy and influence of Egyptian medicine. The Egyptians' medical knowledge did not remain confined to their borders. Their practices spread through the ancient world, influencing civilizations like the Greeks, Romans, and Persians. In particular, the ancient Greeks were heavily influenced by Egyptian medicine. Many Greek physicians, including the famous Hippocrates, were thought to have studied under Egyptian priests, absorbing their knowledge of anatomy, surgery, and medicinal herbs. The Ebers Papyrus and other medical texts were later translated and studied by later civilizations, including the Romans, who adopted many Egyptian techniques. In fact, some of the earliest treatments for wounds, infections, and even surgical procedures were inherited from the Egyptians. Despite all this knowledge, much of what we know today about Egyptian medicine still remains speculative, as many medical records have been lost to time or have yet to be fully decoded. There is a great deal of mystery surrounding certain treatments, and new archaeological discoveries continue to provide fascinating insights into their medical practices. Would you like to explore a specific aspect of Egyptian medicine in more detail?